I'm pretty sure that you have seen WWE at some point in your life. World Wrestling, first it was WWF, World Wrestling Federation, then became WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, then it became WW. I think it's back to WWE. Yeah. Okay. You must have noticed these characters who come. There is that like Undertaker, and then there is, he's like a dead man walking. You hit him, nothing happens. Then there's Hulk Hogan who gets the American crowd rallied up. Then you have the British Bulldog. Then you have, Hitman Bret Hart. Those were the 80s, Ultimate Warrior gets his superpowers. Then Legion of Doom, roar, what a rush. Then you had Stone Cold Steve Austin. You had Razor Ramon. You had Shawn Michaels. You had Triple H. So now each character is unique in its own way. Okay? But if you actually look at the documentaries of wrestling, you'll notice that these are normal human beings. These are people like you and me. But they are entertainers. And what they do is, they put on an act. They put on a facade of who the audience will accept or reject. Like Ric Flair, like Sting, like Goldberg. Like for example, Goldberg. He was one of the most boring wrestlers. He never knew anything other than to spear someone and, just hit them like a rugby player. He didn't know any creative ways of wrestling. You'll be surprised to know William Regal was a much better technical wrestler than Goldberg. That is why the infamous match where Goldberg versus William Regal schooled him. He couldn't get him to quit. Okay, now why did I bring this WWE thing? You remember Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon? Why Vince McMahon became the boss, evil boss character, and Stone Cold was the rebel employee who would kick his boss's ass. Okay. Now before that, if you notice, Vince McMahon was an announcer. He was not a character in WWE. But after he screwed Hitman Bret Hart on the infamous Montreal screw job, he became that evil character. And then obviously over the years he buffed up, put more muscle and became big, and eventually now he has phased out. He's too old. He's in his 70 plus. And now with this COVID pandemic, if you notice, where they used to have arenas full of people, when the COVID hit and they couldn't have arenas, the first few episodes of WWE were really strange and very odd. It was so empty. And in desperation, they bought Stone Cold Steve Austin to talk to an empty crowd. There was nobody there, no cheering, just him giving normal promos. It was so dead. People tried to do things. It was so embarrassing. It was failing. It was a bomb. It was a flop. But over the period of time, these guys kept at it. And now you have the Thunderdome, where you have TV screens or plasma screens or LED screens or whatever, and each one has a person live from their home or their room, and they are watching, and they put these sound effects. They made cinematic kind of matches like The Undertaker versus AJ Styles. They made it like a movie. They have improved on the lighting, they have improved on the sound, they have improved on the pyro effects. AEW had the flop show, the explosion, which was a flop. You need to see that. They tried to make it look like after the match between Moxley, these are new characters, which was in AEW. He's not a new character, but with one other guy, I can't get his name. Instead of the ring exploding with fire and all that, which was supposed to happen, only sparks flew. If you're a WWE character, you'll know what I'm saying. But the main thing which I'm trying to tell you is, these guys have tried to reinvent themselves over and over again. Every time they come out with a new gimmick, they come out with a new style of doing things. That is why if you notice, people who are tag team partners too, they separate, they become enemies. Then one becomes a hero, one becomes a bad guy. They try new things always. The best example of this is Mankind. Mankind became Cactus Jack. He was Cactus Jack. Before that, he was Brother Love. Then came Socko, putting the socks. Then you have Santino Morella. I can't get his real name. He put the snake like socks, making it look like a snake. Now, why people do this? I know it sounds stupid and silly. Oh, what fucking wrestling is fake. Fine, it's scripted. But the jumps, the bruises, the falling down is all real. You try doing it at the age of 30 or 40. Man, you can break your disc, you can break your bones. The injuries are permanent. And over the years, these guys' bodies are decimated. Now, I'm pretty sure one example that will stand out in your mind is Undertaker. Undertaker, from being that, guy who was a dead man from Death Valley. The organ music, the piano, like as if someone died, like Addams Family. And then from there, he reinvented himself to be the prophet of darkness. And from there, he became the American badass, rolling, coming with a bike. And then he went to the dead man gimmick. He would raise from the dead. And we had characters like Yokozuna, his feud with the Yokozuna. See, and today, Undertaker, because of multiple injuries and all that, he's too old. He's finished. He's over. He tried to come back with the Saudi show and all that. It didn't work out. The reason why I bring this example up is it's so important to reinvent yourself. It's not just wrestling. Look at the social media landscape. You have Jake Paul. Jake Paul, from being a Vine character on that app Vine. Then he moved to YouTube. Then he became a prankster. Then he kept pushing the envelope. When pranks started getting demonetized, he moved into adult content videos and doing really cringe-worthy stuff. When that got demonetized, in between he was doing even merchandise sales and merch. Millions. He was making millions. Now he realized that is also dying. And then he made the big mistake of taking the video of suicide in the forest, and everybody jumped on him. They wanted his career to end. And from there, he resurrected himself. He must have got the best brains in PR and social media. He's a very intelligent guy. Don't mistake him as being a dork. He got some of the best brains and reinvented himself, and then he moved into donating to the poor, coming on other people's YouTube, like Casey Neistat and all the other guys. He had interviews to show, okay, I'm sorry, I fucked up. And nothing was happening until he had that boxing match with KSI. That shot up, that resurrected his career. And then from there, people saw a side of him that was this hardworking guy that had fears, that was human like us. And now he has finally moved to his podcast, where he brings people like Joe Rogan. He brings people. And now once again he's back on track. See, just look at it. He's still trying to reinvent himself. Whether it's a WWE wrestlers, whether it's Jake Paul, even Conor McGregor for that matter, even Ronda Rousey. Okay, these UFC stars. Ronda was in what is that? Affliction? Not that other promotion, Bellator. Then she moved to UFC. Dana White said no. Then she proved to be so profitable. Dana White put her on his head, made her famous. She became the undisputed king, and people are literally saying that she can beat up a man, and she was so arrogant and ignorant until she got kicked by Holly Holmes, and then she tried to make a comeback, and then Amanda Nunes, the next fighter, schooled her. And when she realized her UFC, MMA career was over, she moved into wrestling. Okay, before that she moved into movies. So she did whatever she could in Hollywood. Then from there she realized, okay, that is tough. She moved into wrestling. She did that until she realized, okay, it's not easy being accepted here because fans kept turning against her. And she was like, I can't do this anymore. So she kept reinventing herself. And today she's a mother, housewife. She has earned millions. Now she can just retire. She's getting a lot of merchandise sales and, a lot of support from the UFC because Dana White still has a soft corner for her. There are rumors that they had an affair, which I strongly believe they did. But then again, it's normal, natural. I don't know what's the big deal about it. Brendan Schwab, her ex-boyfriend, nearly spilled the beans in a Twitter war with Dana White. He said, do you want me to, something like tell what's happening between you and Rhonda? And then for the first time, Dana White backed out. Otherwise, he never backs out. So, see, Joe Rogan. He, from being a comedian, from being a guy who was a UFC commentator, he, before that he was Fear Factor, then UFC, then Fear Factor and UFC. Then he moved to being a commentator. Then he moved to be a stand-up comedian. He really honed his skills. From being a stand-up comedian, then he went into podcasting, which he never tried. And from podcasting for free on YouTube, he finally sold it for 110 million to Spotify. And now he is juggling between that. He has done it because he kept reinventing himself. Whoever you are, if you really want to succeed in life, you have to reinvent yourself every time. Even me, for that matter, what I am today at 44, when I look at what I was at 34, when I look back what I was at 24, I mean, it's so different. People who have known me 5 years ago, the people who I talk to, they're shocked. They're like, fuck, Loy, you've changed so much. And it was necessary. It was necessary for me to reinvent myself or I wouldn't survive. It is impossible. See, today on social media, today on YouTube, I keep putting these videos. People come and people go. People say, oh, Loy, initially your content was fresh and this and that. And then one fine day, Loy, it's the same thing. You keep talking. They go. New ones come. But instead of looking at me, I would tell you, turn the lens, turn the mirror towards yourself and ask yourself, how many people say that about you? I'm not saying this to feel good. I know I have to reinvent myself. But what I'm trying to tell you is ask yourself, how have you reinvented yourself? How are you relevant? How have you changed? How have you learned new skills? How have you, the most important measure of reinventing yourself is not, oh, I'm happy. No, happy it's a feeling. It's subjective. It can change. It's a very simple thing. Are you earning money? Because end of the day, let's face it, whether you like it or not, money talks. If you're not making fuckloads of money, and I'm not talking of working hard like a dog. We all have to work hard. See, let's not mistake ourselves. We all are working hard, unless you're some dumb fuck. Okay, we all work hard when we have to. But the goal is to earn more money in less time. Listen to what I've said. Pay attention. More money in less time. That means if you are earning before $7 an hour, now you are earning $15 an hour, then 25, then 30, then 50. Not the free money that USA is saying, oh, increase the minimum wage. Fuck that. You don't need charity. I'm talking about you developing your skills, knowing how to market and sell yourself, knowing how to appeal to your target audience, where they say, fuck, okay, before I used to pay $10, I'll pay you $15 an hour. I'll pay you $20 an hour. See, when I started off, I didn't know what my rate was. I was charging $5 for one full day service, I think. $5, just imagine. Slowly it became $10 when I started getting more. Before that it was free because I didn't have any goals, nothing. It became $10. then became 20, finally moved to $100 an hour. Now it is at 197. However, it depends whom I'm speaking to, what I'm speaking about. Would you believe if I told you the highest I've charged for a resume, highest, is $17,000 and odd dollars, $17,000. Let that sink in. $17,000 for a resume rebrand. Now I'm pretty sure you'll be like, come on, Loy, you're fucking bluffing. Why do I have to bluff? Why? You're going to be my customer, or you're going to give me some 10 likes? Whether you want to believe or not, I've told you, I've faced days in my life, times in my life where for 3 months, 4 months, not a single customer. Can you believe this? 3 to 4 months, not a single customer, not a single penny I earned, no matter what I did. So if you can believe that, then why is it hard to believe this? I faced failures. I struggled. I ate from the dustbin. This, to charge $17,000 was not an overnight thing. It has taken me 25 years of honing my skills, knowing how to market myself, sell myself, brand myself, put content. Like the videos that I posted online. Man, every day I put 2 to 3 videos. In these 4 years, I put 4,000 plus videos. 4,000, let that sink in. How many videos do you think you can put for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes? And it's not just videos, reinventing myself. Okay, a new camera, a new device, a new sound system, new software, new topic, new strategy. Okay, the duration, the editing, so many things, man. It never fucking ends, man. Never fucking ends. See, people who are creators, no? People who get paid big money, they have to keep reinventing themselves. That is why they get big money. But if you're a normal run-of-the-mill person, normal salary, normal life, normal everything, you don't have to fucking bother. Because your life will forever be ordinary. And I'm not saying that is bad. Maybe you're happy with that, being ordinary, normal, fine. I remember when I was in Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a non-profit public speaking organization for, it's for leadership and communication. People who join Toastmasters used to join just to gain confidence, learn public speaking. When I joined, I wanted to be the best. If you'd ask other people how long did they take to prepare a speech, they would say, "Oh, I just, few days." Maximum is few days. I would take 6 to 8 months to prepare for one speech. Where people would take few hours. Some would practice just 2-3 hours before going to give a speech. I would practice 12 to 18 hours. Seriously, 12 to 18 hours, let that sink in. One full day I would dedicate only to practicing my speech. And not just one day, I would do it for months. Every day would be 3 to 4 hours, 6 hours, dedicated. Go to the gym, on the way to the gym, practice my speech. During the gym break, practice my speech. Come back, practice my speech. After food, practice my speech. I would not go out, not make friends, not socialize. I wanted to be the best. How do you think I won more than 800 trophies, awards and all that shit? I always wanted to be the best. If that DNA is not in you, the competitive spirit, then you'll be ordinary. See, in order to survive today's world, you have to reinvent yourself. You have to be competitive. You can't be ordinary. If you're ordinary, then don't expect to get paid big money. I don't know if your goal in life is to make money. I'm not just saying make money and live like a miser. Make money and enjoy a good life. But if you do not know how to reinvent yourself, you don't know how to stand out, you don't know how to position yourself, can't survive. It's impossible. And then you only decline. You only go down, 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 because somebody will try to overtake you and take your spot. And then you'll go one level down. Then somebody else will work hard to take that spot. Then you'll go one level down. And finally you'll reach a point where nobody wants you. And then you're fucked. And then maybe it's too late. See, the best example I'll give you is WWE, World Wrestling Federation. Look at Vince McMahon. From the age of fucking 20s, Vince McMahon, the CEO, the owner of WWE, has been reinventing himself. He works tirelessly. He's such a fucking physical freak. He's a freak of nature. He works hard. 12, 14, 16, 18 hours micromanaging. He's a legend of our times. I'm pretty sure there are many other people like him who work as hard as him or even more. It can be a farmer, it can be anyone. But if you just want to work hard, that's one thing. But if you want to earn more money per hour and you want to earn a quality life and live one, then you need to reinvent yourself. And for a person like me, I don't know about you, but for a person like me, I had made up my mind. I'm not going to earn the same fucking salary for the rest of my life. Inflation is increasing. Life is becoming expensive. I have one life. I want to earn good money. And now, I have not only me, I have my wife, I have my baby. And as she grows up, expenses will rise. I need to earn more money. I need to reinvent myself. I need to figure out a way how I can make more. That is why every day when I get up, I do my exercise, I make a video, I answer comments, I deal with people, and not just repeat the same thing. Every day I ask, what can I do to make it better? What can I do to reinvent? What can I do to earn more money? If you're not smart, you'll not survive. See this guy, Jake Paul. He even sold NFTs. And what did he fucking create? He created some cartoony images and he sold it for $5 million. $5 million in his bank. Selling air. That's called being fucking smart. Because there are some dickheads, some dumb fucks out there who fall for this. Even these guys who are into cryptos, who are selling and making a fast buck, they're smart. I'm against cryptocurrencies because it's a speculative asset. I'm not against cryptocurrency as a technology. I'm just against the people who pump and dump, buy stocks and this thing, make quick money. But there's a level of intelligence that you need for that also, So if there's one takeaway I can give you through this video, it would be you have to reinvent yourself to survive. If you do not reinvent yourself, you will not survive. And then you'll be relegated to earning peanuts for the rest of your life. See, what I was and what I am is constantly changing and evolving. I'm not trying to say I am great or something, but I work my ass off. When I started off, I had a cheap Windows laptop. Today I have a state-of-the-art iMac. I have a state-of-the-art, $8,000, fucking PC. I just purchased a new laptop and I purchased a new gaming device. Even massage machine. I've just ordered one of the most, not just expensive, one of the best in the world massage machine because my legs get sore. I've ordered supplements that are some of the best in the world. So I'm taking care of myself, having the best of the best. This wouldn't have been possible if I was earning peanuts or I was working my ass off 20 hours a day and earning the same. No. I believe in working less, earning more. But for that, you have to deliver immense value. And to deliver immense value, you have to know how to sell yourself. You have to know how to upgrade your skills. You need to know how to communicate your services. And you need to know how to stand out from a competitive marketplace. And that is why personal branding comes in. I'm not trying to market my services to you, but I'm telling you, if you don't fucking stand out, you're gone. And that is why I didn't start off by saying personal branding. I started off by WWE. Those guys, that is called personal branding. Where even though they are normal, ordinary human beings like you and me, what stands out about them is the image, the character, the profile, the message, the style, the color, the music, the feel, the experience that they constantly communicate day in and day out. And that is why they earn money, that is why they are relevant. Otherwise, who the fuck would care if WWE is just some guy standing, okay, Ram Prasad will fight Muhammad Iqbal, okay, bye. Okay, Alexander will fight Maximilian, no, they come out as characters. Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior, Undertaker, the music, the feel, the excitement, the 619, Rey Mysterio, Umaga and all that. You need to create these characters, man. Even me, I'm just like you. There's no difference. But I've created this character, I've created this persona, and I live by that. I'll tell you, when I wear the hat of being a coach, I'm a different fucking animal. When I wear the hat of being a father, I'm a different person. When I take the role of being a husband, different person. Now when I'm talking to you, I'm a different person. When I'm alone and normal, I'm a different person. When I go out to eat food, different person. Would you believe if I tell you that when I go and meet people, I'm very respectful, quiet, hi, how are you? If someone says, hey, what the fuck, I would say, sorry. I'm like that. Very humble, very down to earth. You might say even, oh, he's like a coward. But different strategies, different places. The goal is to get the job done. So all I want to tell you through this video is, how are you reinventing yourself? How are you recreating your brand? How are you selling yourself where you can earn fucking more? And how are you living the quality life that you want? Because if you're not able to live the life of your dreams, why the fuck are you existing, man? What, just to pay your fucking bills? Isn't that, how pathetic is that? You just work to pay your bills. Work, earn money, pay your bills. End of the day, your wallet is fucking empty. What the fuck is that life? And have you ever factored in the law of diminishing returns, where one day you'll not be able to earn the same, but your expenses will go up, and then you'll be fucking desperate. What the fuck do? Do you work more hours? How do you survive, man? So think about what I said. Just think about what I said and reflect, and you'll understand what I'm saying is true. So instead of just being fascinated with other characters and looking at people and admiring them, start focusing on yourself. Ask yourself, how can I reinvent myself, become better, and work your fucking tail off after you find a new strategy. And when you can make money, make fuckloads of money. Because life is you're meant to enjoy it, you're meant to have fun, you're meant to be happy. Not fucking just work, pay your bills, and work, pay your bills, and work, pay your bills. And before you know it, you fucking get old, and then you wonder, what the fuck did I do with my life? Look back on your life. Remember the school days, college days, your work career days, and now. And ask yourself, what the fuck happened, man? Where the fuck did my school days go? Where the fuck did my career go? Where the fuck my college days go? You're becoming old. You might as well live a life that is worth living. Our world is changing so fucking fast with their iPod, iPad, technology, virtual reality, new inventions, electric cars, and the cancel culture, woke culture, and all that shit. You better reinvent yourself, or you'll be irrelevant before you know it, man. And this is the one thing that drives me every single day, that wakes me up in the morning, that makes me want to fight. See, I walk do exercise 40 minutes and then walk 1 hour, 2 hours until I finish my videos. Why? Not that I'm suffering. It's reinventing my brand. So I strongly suggest you ask yourself, how can you reinvent yourself? How can you become this person or this brand or whatever that can earn more money in less time? And then take the rest of the day off. Spend time with your family. Do what you love. Go out for a drive. Watch a movie. Life is not just meant to work like a dog and then wonder what the fuck happened. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts. This is me signing off. You guys take care.